Hi everybody, welcome back to my LinkedIn Lives. I'm Jasmine Navarro, Certified Wellbeing Expert, working with educational institutions and companies, helping them support their family wellbeing challenges. As you know, every week I interview different experts who make a difference. And today I'm really excited to be interviewing Mirna. Hi Mirna.
Hi, Yasmin. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
No, thank you so much for coming on. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Of course, I am Mirna Bolmanac, NLP coach and founder of One Way to Harmony. I collaborate with companies and nurseries, helping them to set up the programs and promote well-being in their organization. Also, I am a mom of two young kids. If you hear screaming, it's time for shower. Yeah.
Amazing. No, thank you so much for coming on. I had a lot of comments and questions about this topic because I think it's a really hot topic. So you chose the topic from survival mode to self-care, a mum's journey. Can you tell us what made you choose this topic for today and what does it mean for you?
So yeah, the topic comes from the work I do in organizations and nurseries with the mothers, and idea behind One Way to Harmony is to help moms feel this harmony between their body, mind, and soul. So in 2020, I became a mother, and in that time, I felt that all my world shifted. Yeah, I
Yeah.
could expect some sleepless nights and responsibility that comes with parenting. But what was surprise for me was that actually I felt a big change in my identity, and I couldn't really connect with myself. I kind of lost the sense of who I'm now. So that's
Yeah.
it connected me with other moms, and I realized that so many moms during the period of the child's early years is shadowed by worries, anxiety, depression, and living in past or in future,
Mm.
and they cannot really connect with child, and they don't have really good quality of the life in those early years.
Wow, interesting. Okay, let me just welcome everybody who's joining. I just want to say hi to everyone who's joining. Nora, hi Nora, she's on Instagram. She says, hi Jasmine and Mirna, great topic. We need it so much as mums. And hi, globally thriving, great topic. I'm nodding along with you. Thank you so much for joining us. So yeah, and thank you everybody else for joining us. Please, if you have any questions or comments about survival mode, self-care, mum's journey, we're talking about this right now. So,
Yes.
Manna, so right, where do we start? It's such a big topic, but what would you say survival mode is to you? Like, what does it mean to you being in survival mode?
I think survival mood, like what we learned and what we heard about survival mood, is that we feel really exhausted, that we cannot work. Yeah, we cannot go at work, we cannot go out from the bed. But during the work with the clients and the mothers, I realized that survival mode is not just when you cannot go out from the bed. It's
No,
something
yeah.
that, yeah, is something that you are going through from day to day. And uh, it feels like you're not able to connect with your child. Nothing makes you feel really happy, and you lost kind of purpose, and you don't have really faith in that things will become better.
Oh wow. It sounds like so physically exhausted,
It's
mentally
like
exhausted. Mm.
you
Yeah.
you feel in all areas of your life, like physically, and your mind and your body and kind of your soul.
Wow. Yeah. No, exactly. And also, like, I've been in survival mode as well, and you're just thinking about getting through the day, aren't you? You're not thinking about anything extra. You're literally just thinking, how can I just get through this day?
Yes. Yeah, you cannot wait, that kids go in shower, that there is a bedtime. You can't wait for 7 o'clock that your husband comes back home and you just give the kids and you go like, hide in the bathroom or your space. And
Wow.
I think, not I think, I know that so many moms going through this. What is really sad is that we think, like mothers think, that this is something normal, that those early years of our child's life should be survival mode. Know
Yes.
that this is something normal and accepted by many,
Yeah.
which is actually not true. And this is where our work begins, that we are raising awareness about it, and that it shouldn't be like that, that
Wow.
you deserve as a mother also to feel happy, to feel connected, to have hobbies, to have time for self-care, and to take care of your mental and physical health.
It's so interesting, Mana, because even just speaking to you now about this, it's just making me realize how many conversations I've had with women. And I'm not saying, it doesn't happen to men, or I know men have their own things as well, but it's just so often, I think we as women just tend to just suffer in silence with so many things. It's like, just get on with it. Just, this is expected of us, whether it's parenting or other things. We've got to just get on with it. So I absolutely love that you're bringing this up in conversation and we're talking about it, because I think, yeah, why should women have to suffer just when they've had a baby?
Yeah, it shouldn't be like that, right? I
Yeah,
think it's in our nature as a woman, that we
yeah,
always want to give and help to others.
yeah.
That we want to nourish others, but we need to remind ourselves that it's also important to take care of ourselves. That we should
Brilliant.
not be always on the last place, right?
No, yes, absolutely, absolutely. And so, when you were in survival mode, was there a point, a turning point, when you thought something has to change? Like, what happened? Like, when did you suddenly think, right, I can't do this anymore, or something needs to change?
Yeah, so I became a mother in 2020. So
Yeah,
obviously it was COVID during that time, and it didn't help with everything that I was going through. So I felt a lot of anxiety. Like in first few months of my child's life, I had like a lot of anxiety,
you do. Oh no.
and it affected on me that I wouldn't be relaxed and I couldn't really enjoy in those first months of his life, even though I didn't work during that time. So though I start working on it, and this helped me, and I went out of it. But it
What happened?
really is.
What, you just thought, I just need to
I
change?
start changing. I start reframing my mind. I finished NLP, and I realized that our thoughts and the way we think about ourselves really affect on our emotions and our behavior. So that everything is connected.
Wow, I guess that was quite useful that you were studying
Yeah,
NLP.
that was really really useful.
It's,
Yes.
if you don't, it's very hard otherwise, isn't it, to just, because even when you know there's a problem, it can be quite difficult to get yourself out of it if you don't have expert training or
Yes.
advice or something. Yeah.
Yes, yes. We need coaches. We need to shift narrative that we have in our heads. And for me, it's really important that mothers start thinking about themselves, because they can miss important signs that their body is telling them, and
Mm.
which
What
can
are the signs?
later on affect
Absolutely.
the,
What
the
what Yeah, what kind of signs should mothers be looking out for?
yeah, often headaches, tiredness, problem with sleep, uh, not eating properly, not drinking enough water. So, feeling irritated, frustrated from the sounds, from the light, behavior. So those are all signs that they should look at and do something about that. for me, for example, what I noticed when my kids like were in this age, that every evening I felt uh, uh, so irritated from the screaming, playing, and I couldn't wait that they go to sleep. Like, okay,
Yeah.
that all this shower time, dinner, and
Sure.
bedtime finish. Uh, and this is it should be the most beautiful time of the day when you really connect with your child. But for me, it was really exhausting, and I was like, just okay, watching on my like, let's do it. Let's finish with this. Later on, I realized that actually during that time I was dehydrated,
Oh,
which
wow.
affected on me that I have a headache and that I'm feeling irritated from the sound, from the light, from noise, and my behavior was that. So I said, okay, what I did, I took like 30 minutes before that time of the shower, right? And I took 30 minutes for myself. I would have cup of tea, I would have water, I would eat something, and then I would start, with my kids, giving them dinner, shower, and putting them in bed. This really helped me. So sometimes those small things, small shifts in our habits can really affect on the quality of the
Oh,
time
yeah.
that we have with our kids and with ourselves.
Absolutely. I think the small habit, the changing the small things is the way to go, isn't
Yeah,
it? The micro habits. I
yeah,
think, to be honest, I think that's nearly how we can change. Like you cannot, I really think you can't change the big things, can you? Straight away. It starts with those small things. And I think how amazing that, you realize just having a glass of water was going to have a huge impact on everything.
yes.
It's like a
Yeah,
simple,
like just just a glass of water, like really, like yeah,
yeah.
and especially I know a lot of working moms that uh, you know uh, know that this will happen after they go out from the car and enter the house. And I always advise them, okay, like just bring with yourself some kind of snack, like a bottle of water. When you sit in the car, have this and then enter the house, because most probably those are some of the first signs that
Wow.
affect on us. And we
Absolutely.
know
Yeah.
that, like,
Yeah.
the sleep and your diet are the first things that we look at.
Absolutely. Simple solutions are the best. We've got another comment from Globally Thriving. She says, yes, awareness of our sensory processing is so valuable for us and our kids. Thank you so much for your message. Yeah, no, I think, yeah, it's just, yeah, like you said, it's really about looking after yourself, isn't it? The simple things. So, um, so talking about self-care, because some people feel guilty if they start taking care of themselves in a different way. Did that ever happen with you? And if it did, how did you manage the guilt if you felt
Yeah,
guilty?
of course it happened with me. Like, I think it happens with everyone, right?
Yeah.
We yeah, we always feel guilt about something, and I don't believe that we can remove this guilt feeling, you know, from our life, like absolutely to remove it.
Completely.
But
Okay.
what we can do is we can realize that, okay, no, now I'm doing something that is for my work, and this needs my attention. And after that, I will do something with my children, and then everything will be fine. So I learned somehow to balance these two
Mm,
things and not feeling guilty about that, because my work makes me happy and also my kids makes me happy. And when I'm with my children, I tend not to think about work, and when I'm at work, like, I tend not to think about my children, what they are doing. So
amazing.
that,
So being
like,
conscious.
yeah,
Mm,
guilt, and I also want to teach my kids that uh, having a nap is good for them. It's good for their well-being. It's doing something what they like is good for them. And when I feel tired, I tell them, like, mommy feels tired. I want to go and have a nap.
oh
See you like
wow.
in 20 minutes. And now my son, who is 4 years old, he says to me, you know what, mom? I feel tired. I just want to rest a little bit and just
Wow.
read a book or he's just laying down and talking something like, but this is really important that while you're doing something for yourself, you're also setting up examples for your child to follow. It's not,
Amazing.
yeah,
So
not
important.
selfish, right?
It's so important to learn that we can meet our own needs and we can prioritize ourselves. It's amazing. So talking about self-care then, so what does self-care look like you for today? Like, how do you manage your self-care today, and how do you stop yourself, becoming, exhausted, maybe burnt out, or things like that? What
Yes.
do you do?
So for me, the self-care is what you do for your physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional health. So you have to cover all these parts of your life.
There's a
Uh,
lot. Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot. You
That's a
don't have
job.
to do
That is
it
a job.
all in one day, but
No.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to do something in the week that will help me with physical and mental health. And so uh, it's not that one thing works for everyone,
Yeah.
and I think everyone should find what makes them happy and what they like. For example, I have a walk run in the morning that
Do
45
you?
minutes, and yeah, and during that time I also trying to connect with my feelings and with my do something for my mental health. So spending time outdoor, being on the sun, next to the water, connected with yourself is just 30-45 minutes. It's everything you need to to
Wow.
to go throughout the day. I
You do that
also
every
like
day?
to socialize. I like to meet with my friends. So this is something that I also do during the week that makes me happy, and like to do something for my work. So those are the things that makes me
Works for you.
happy.
Amazing. Hi, Nora. Nora says, hi, amazing. Setting an example for our kids. What is a practical tip to create more time for ourselves as mums amidst all the responsibilities of being busy? How can you create more time? That's a good question.
How to create more time? So without knowing her schedule, like I would say you don't have to create like full like to think you need 1 hour or I need 2 hours for myself during the day. You can have 20 minutes in the morning, you can have 10 minutes during the lunchtime, 30 minutes in the evening. So during this time, you can do something for yourself. Like you can do some deep breathing, meditation. You can connect with uh, your friends. You can go do some training in the evening or something like that. So when we think about self-care, sometimes people get scared. Oh, now I need to put schedule, now I need to
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
lot of time for that.
Change.
But
Big
no,
change.
it's not. Yeah, yes, like
Yeah, yeah.
the doing the things that makes you happy, that feels good for your body, mind, and soul. It's really what you need during the week. Like
Love it. And it can be something really small, like you said, like something tiny, tiny, tiny. It can be something that's 2 minutes. You can start doing something
yeah,
2 minutes a day, and then you're building those neural pathways in your brain. You're sending a message that you're keeping a promise to yourself, that you're worth it. All these messages, and then that 2 minutes can go to 3 minutes, then 4 minutes, then 5 minutes. It's just starting,
yes.
basically. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Just start with something you like, dance with your favorite song, set up intention in the morning, like do some deep breathing, like whatever works for you.
Amazing. And how has your definition of self-care changed since becoming a mum, or is it the same?
Oh no, definitely it's not the same.
Yeah.
Before
How is it
becoming a
different?
mom, like I didn't really think about that. I think I was doing constantly something to improve my lifestyle. But
Oh, okay.
the biggest challenge being a mother and working mother is actually not the time, more the energy that you don't have, how day goes,
Yes.
your energy level is yeah. falling down. So I think that the self-care for mothers should be followed by questions. Why is this important for me? How do I want to show up to my kids, to my friends, to my husband, to at the workplace? So finding your why is really what can make you move and motivate you to do the things that
For yourself.
will help you for
Yeah.
yourself. Yes.
Okay, amazing. And what advice, because I'm sure there's lots of mums watching right now, what advice would you give to any mum that's watching right now who feels like they're stuck and they're in survival mode and they don't know how to change anything?
I think that you should find someone to who you can talk, open up, and I'm glad that in Dubai there are so many communities and that we are raising awareness, really raising awareness about this. And you will be surprised how many moms are going through the same. So just connected with others and talk about that will help you. And you can hear so many advices how other moms went through that and how they feel now. Doing some small shifts in your daily habits, taking taking care about your diet, about how much water you're drinking. What we mentioned, it can really help that you feel healthier. And yeah, try to imagine like the best version of yourself and how you see yourself in the future, and try to take the steps towards that.
I love what you said as well, because I think, yeah, because sometimes when you're going through difficult times, sometimes you feel like you're alone, don't you? And
Yeah.
that really just makes you feel 10 times worse. So having a community, and you have a community, don't you? Do you want to tell us a little bit about your community? Because maybe other people could join. They could join
Yeah,
that.
we have community. It's Mommy's Oasis. We have the community, and also I'm supporting so many companies and also nurseries where we invite parents, we invite moms to have this open conversation. So you can connect with me on the different places and through different channels.
Amazing. Can you put all of your links and everything on the post, on the original post, so people can have
Yes,
a look, they can explore,
yes,
maybe
yes,
join your group? Because I
yes.
think you offer such a great supportive network for mums. And I think
Thank
that's
you.
what I can make all the difference. Just meeting one other
Yes.
mum, like you said, having that conversation, that could change everything. So yeah, if you can put all your links there. And we are running out of time. But it's been amazing talking to you, Mirna. But before we go,
Thank you.
is there anything else you would like to say to any mums out there? What's your final message?
What would I like to say? Like, you are amazing, like, and you are amazing, you are strong, you are beautiful, and you can do it. And
Wow.
find your community, find your tribe.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, Mirna. It's been an
Thank
absolute
you.
pleasure.
Thank you,
Thank
Jasmine.
you. Thank you, everybody who's tuned in. Please feel free to message Mirna if you have any questions about what we've been talking about today. And Mirna will put all our links on the post, and you can get in touch with her directly as well. And thank you, everybody. And I will see you all next week.
Thank you.